Water. I hate hearing people talk with a dry mouth and you just hear their mouth crackling and stuff like that. That's pretty annoying. Almost as annoying as Johnny. I'm gonna get to Johnny at the end, so you may want to stay tuned. I got a word for Mr. Johnny. Let's start with this week on Married at First Sight. The couples are meeting with Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal. Mirla and Gil, like I said, they seem like an ideal couple. I think Miss Mirla hung out with their friends and she had a good time to her, I guess. And she's just smiling and she's talking to Dr. Pepper and she's talking about, you know, this marriage is better than anything I could have ever asked for, you know. She's talking about praying and how, you know, you want something like this and she couldn't be happier. And Dr. Pepper mentioned how she can kind of be a Debbie Downer sometimes, as Gil mentioned. And she knows that, you know, and they play off one another well. So I'm impressed. We got the wrong impression from Mirla at the beginning by the editing or something. They're trying to make it look like she was more ruthless than she actually was. Sure, she's materialistic, but she's not so hard to get along with as I originally thought. So my bad on that one, and my bad on the editors. Their bad, I should say. So it looks like they're getting along great. She made Gil a plate of looked like steak and sweet potatoes, and this dude was putting ketchup on the sweet potatoes. Never seen that before. But definitely an odd thing. I know I put ketchup on some things that might seem different, but not no sweet potatoes. But like I said, they seem to be getting along great. They should probably counsel all the other couples. So I thought it was funny though when it was time for Rachel and Jose to meet with Dr. Pepper, how when Jose sat down, he immediately started in, yeah, we're doing great, and you know, this and that. It's like he's trying to, you know, hurry up and get it over with before she started pointing out his faults. But she's still pointing them out like, nah, you're not going to just come in with that and not hear what I have to say. So she was talking about how he's a bit controlling and he knows that. He talked about how he just wants to provide for his wife, I mean, which is honorable, which any man should. But she was telling him, you gotta kind of consider how she wants things done, not just how you have it mapped out already in your mind. You know, you're involved with somebody else now, so you can't just look at it like it's gonna be my way or that's it. You know, you have to learn how to compromise in a marriage, not in life, but compromise in a marriage. So they didn't really show much. I realized we were like an hour and 30 minutes into the show, and I'm like, they haven't even shown Rachel and Jose except for the preview. But I actually think now I'm starting to change my views on some of these couples. I think Mirla and Gil are going to make it. I actually think Jose and Rachel are going to make it now. You know, I'm sure they're going to have some bumpy roads up ahead, but I think they got what it takes to make it, you know, because he seemed sorry for what he did. They went back and showed the blow up on, I think it was Unfiltered. I just watched that to hear what Mr. Johnny had to say. Tonight you're going to hear what I have to say, Johnny. Got that? All right, let's move on to Mr. Ryan and Brett. Now, this dude is giving all kind of mixed signals. He was talking about how messy his wife was, leaving all the clothes around, telling his sister something about if, or she asked him last week, you know, would you be complaining like this if you had a supermodel? And he said, I'd be smiling. So he's letting, you know, he's already said she's not really his type. So, you know, if it was a model leaving her clothes around, he wouldn't mind. But I'm looking at him, and this dude's brushing the dog's fur or hair in the kitchen. I'm like, well, that's even nastier than her leaving her clothes around. At least she's a human. You're sitting there brushing dog hair in the kitchen, could float up and get in your food. Come on, man. Wow. And his wife Brett met with his sister, and his sister was asking Brett, you know, where did it seem to go wrong? Because we FaceTimed and you guys were doing great. Like, do you remember when the switch happened? And sounded like when they got back to Houston, that's when he started the trip. And his sister was kind of implying that his mind is on an ex. She was saying that being home may have brought up some things, and seems like his mind is elsewhere. And I'm sure Brett is sitting there thinking, okay, who's the ex-girlfriend that he's talking to? Like I keep saying, that I've seen a clip coming up in a future episode where Brett mentions that she found him on a dating website, and I guess he was talking to one of her friends or something. And he walks out. I don't know if he got busted, left his profile up, or just what. But it looks suspect because, like I said, I thought they would get along, and now he keeps acting like she's not his cup of tea. And now he tells either Pastor Cal or Dr. Pepper he's going to work hard. I'm going to work hard on making my marriage work. We've been hearing that for a while, man. Brett just realizes now that, you know, she's been knowing for a while that she's not his type, but she was hoping that she would have something that made him want to stay in the marriage. But at this point, I think she's just like, you know, ready to cut her ties. Like, if you don't want to be in this, then I'm not going to try to make you like me. I mean, who wants to do that? I got to tap dance and juggle to make you like me. Nobody wants to go through that nonsense. So, if I'm forgetting anything, let me know. It would be, sometimes I watch the show again to see if there's anything I missed, but I was getting so mad at Johnny tonight, I probably would have punched a hole in the TV. This dude, man, he starts playing pool. He starts playing pool with Ryan, and they're both talking, and he's talking about, oh, they first show Bao and Johnny bowling. They're having a great time, and she's trying to block the screen, saying like, don't look at the numbers. She's just being playful about losing and bowling, and he's having a good time smiling. Then he talks to, they call Mirla Debbie Downer. He goes and talks to Ryan, and Ryan is the Debbie Downer. He's talking, it's like he's making Johnny think these bad things about, you know, like, almost like if she's not what you want, is almost what he's saying in code, then Jet. So Johnny goes home, and after having a good day of bowling, him and Bao are headed to bed. And I like the big window they have, by the way, where you can see the city. Anyway, they start talking, and then Johnny's got to bring up some drama. And then they start arguing. He's telling her what he needs and this and that. And then once again, he walks away. She's like, why are you walking away? This dude's estrogen level must be through the roof. I'm like, come on, bro. Go talk. You ain't gonna solve nothing walking away. He acts like he's got to just cool his tempers. And I mean, he's doing this every week. I mean, is he bipolar? Just like, what's going on here? And later they, you know, he apologizes to her about some of the things he said. And I said to myself, I said, yeah, he's apologizing, and then 2 minutes later he'll be doing the same thing. And I think he even beat what I said. I think it was less than 2 minutes. He tells her, you're not my type, or I would have dated you again, talking about back in the day. That's what I'm talking about. He not only says things to try to look like cause an argument so he can bounce and then blame it on them not getting along, but it's like he's trying to like hit below the belt, like, take that, He's going Galata Bowl 1 and 2. Go watch that. It's like anytime she has an opening, he's just got to hit her below the belt. And she tells him, you know, I need respect. You got to respect me. And because he's like, what do you want me to do? I guess she's thinking, for one, you could stop acting crazy. That might help. But he's just not able to be consistent. He wants to tell her, you know, I want you to do this. I want you to tap me and tell me it's time to go jogging. I want this. Like, does what she want matters? Like, she has to adjust everything to meet what you want. I mean, I was ready to jump through the screen and just like, duh! Like, Johnny, do you hear yourself, dude? All you're doing each week is complaining. Bao can do nothing right. And he acts like, now who was it that said, I think it was on Unfiltered where Michaela was talking about, well, Johnny said that behind the scenes she's Bao's bad mouthing him, and Michaela was saying, she didn't want to say what Bao was saying, but it was something about Johnny not doing something, but I'm like, I'm not seeing it now. I can't really talk about what they're not showing, but on camera, I'm not seeing where the problem is. He just keeps coming up with stuff. H2O break. Yeah. And I'm thinking, you know, if you're going to just complain constantly, you're wearing her out and you're wearing yourself out. I just really feel for Bao because, I mean, she seems like she's trying her hardest. I mean, last week when he had his Cuba Gooding Boys in the Hood moment where Cuba was swinging at the air, he's back in the room, sound like having his Cuba Gooding Boys in the Hood moment. She comes back out and grabs his arm saying, you know, I'm right here with you. I'm not going anywhere. She has your back, man. It's hard to find somebody that has your back. You don't seem to appreciate it. The bottom line is she's obviously not your type and you're trying to punish her for it. Kind of like Chris did Paige last season. You can't punish somebody for how they look. How they look is how they look, you know? I mean, oh boy. Johnny. Johnny be good. I mean, they're gonna have to do something different next season. Maybe have the men or the women watch videos and have them select who they want to marry and have just one side be surprised, not both parties be surprised. Let them pick who they want, you know. Let's see what happens that way, because obviously these matchmakers don't really know what they're doing, or they're just trying to get high ratings for the drama, you know. Soap operas aren't as big as they were back in the 70s and 80s, so I guess this is the modern day soap opera. So let them try something new, get some older couples. They had talked about doing that for a while. Try something new because this method isn't working. I said if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but it looks like it's broken, so we're gonna have to fix it. Johnny, man. Oh yeah, then they go play volleyball. Everybody's playing volleyball. And Bao comes out in her cheerleading outfit and they're all, you know, they're all laughing and think it's cool that she's cheering, and Johnny comes over and hugs her and she's like, wow, I didn't expect him to hug me, you know, like maybe I guess she thought he was receptive to that. To me, he kind of looked embarrassed, like he was trying to hug her, like, all right, you know, stop, you're drawing attention. I don't think he's impressed by that. He'll probably complain about that next week. I didn't like how she came out in the cheerleading outfit. She didn't even ask me if she could do that first, and I can't do it. I gotta go have a moment. Dude, cut it out, man. Cut it out. Get your testosterone levels up. Lose the estrogen. Dude. I mean, you see the guys meeting with each other. You see Gil, Zach, and Johnny sitting on the bench talking. You see Michaela and them separated talking. They have their own little groups. And Johnny is just constantly complaining about Bao. She can do no right. In the middle of a happy moment, he has to ruin it with, well, you should be doing this. And how come you're not doing this? And I always do this. And I feel like the man, shut up. Just shut up. Shut it. No. Shut it. Don't want to hear it. You were having a good time. Build off the good time. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode of Married at First Sight. Thank you for watching. If I forgot anything, let me know in the comments. Make sure to subscribe and be fearless. And Johnny, be good. I'm out. Don't know how I forgot to mention Hurricane K. Yo, the show ended off with a bang. Where Michaela and Zach had a meltdown after having a good day. Michaela did not want Zach to sleep in the same bed after he told her that he didn't know what he would say on decision day. I guess if it was that day or at the end, I'm not sure anyway. She's like, well, why should I sleep in the bed with you if you don't want to stay with me? So she won't sleep in the same bed with Zach. So Zach decides to leave. He's online with his brothers or somebody, and he says, you know, I said I might as well go to my place and sleep in a comfortable bed. And she says she didn't mind, but then she tells him that she's packing up and moving out. So these two, man, I don't know, it's kind of the story of the whole season. Everybody's up and down, but they go home, have a big fight. He's filming on his camera, and then he gets frustrated. So then she turns on her camera and explains what happened. And I can hardly wait for next week. I mean, she goes off. They all the couples go out to a ranch or something like that. And Zach is sitting with Michaela, and he tells her that, you know, I didn't know being married to you would be this difficult. And she's like, she just completely loses. She's they saw her going ballistic in the apartment and everything. I'm like, man. I mean, I guess she just had enough of his up and down. I guess she's like, you know what, that's gonna do it. And then we even see next week, Myrla tells Gil that she wishes they had separate cabins. Now I don't know if they shot that out of sequence or something or edited it funny. I don't know, but Hurricane K is in full effect. Hurricane Michaela is not having it. She's like, Zach, I'm sick of the roller coaster, even though, you know, she's kind of up and down herself. This is just a crazy situation. Anyway, I don't know how I forgot to say that, so I had to come back and talk about that. J. Roos Theory, subscribe. Thanks for watching.